Beautiful people, now that you are done with input, output, and operator chapter, it's time for us to move to the new chapter called control statement. In this chapter, you're going to learn a lot as usual, and also there will be a lot of practices for you. So you're going to write a lot of C programs as well in this chapter. So first of all, you need to understand what we mean by controlling the statement. Here, I'm going to write a very basic statement. Let's say somebody has passed, so we want to print pass here. And then I'm going to write another statement. So just copy paste this one. Let's say fail. So one student can pass or fail. So it can be either one, not both at the same time. So now we need to control this statement because a student can pass, either can pass or fail. The student cannot pass, do both at the same time. So in this case, we need to control this statement based on a condition or something. So let's say if I say the student has the marks greater than 40, then the student is going to pass. If the student has mark less than 40, then the student is going to be considered as fail. So here you can see we are controlling the statement based on a condition, and this type of controlling statement is called conditional control statement. So what I'm trying to explain you here, you are controlling a statement based on a condition. Now there are many ways we can control statement. Here just I'm giving one very basic example just for you to understand what do we mean by controlling the statement. So let me get rid of this now, because now that you have the concept, how we basically, what do we mean by controlling the statement. Now let's see what are the different ways we can control the statement. Here I'm going to just draw real quick. Let's say here I'm going to put something like this just to explain you better, and we'll go through one by one for sure. So first of all, the first one will start with decision making statement or conditional control statement. Let me just write it here. I'm going to make it a bit smaller so that I can have enough space. So we'll have this conditional control statement at the beginning. We'll start with this one. Under this one, we're going to see how if, then if else things work, and then also switch case works here. Okay, we'll see how they work, how they help us to control the statement. And the next type we are going to look here, just let me just copy and paste real quick here. I'm going to put it here, and let me just copy this one as well. So there you go, we have this one here, and conditional control statement. Let me just put like this, CS. So control statement. All right, the next type is going to be loop control statement, something also we'll learn for sure. Loop control statement. And under the loop control statement, there are three different types of loops we'll go through. There will be for loop, while loop, and do while loop. We'll see how they work in real life for sure. And the last one here, let me just copy and paste real quick. And the last one will be here, jump statement. So jump statement. Jump control statement, you could say something like this. So let me put CS here as well. Under this one, we will see how the break operator, break keyword work, also how the continue keyword work, and also the last one will be go to here. So these are a few things we'll cover inside this control statement chapter, and of course there will be a lot of programs related to these keywords that you can see right now. So let's start with the first one. We are going to start with if control statement, and we'll see how basically this one work in C programming. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new file here. Let's call it conditional control statement, conditional control, let me just put it like that, .c. And here I need to create the basic file as usual. So let me create the basic file, include studio.h, just like before, nothing new, include, and then let me just put studio.h, integer main, and then we can put the rest of the stuff here. I do not need these things, I can just get rid of this. Already I have the format, so maybe next time I'll just keep ready the format for you. Okay. So first one, as we have planned, maybe somebody has the marks as we planned already. So here I'm going to put the marks. Let's say somebody has the marks 45. And now, even before moving to that part, let me just get rid of this. Let me just put to printf here, pass, and then the other one will be fail. So I have two statements here. And I can add some new line so that the output looks nice. Here I'm going to put the new line as well. Okay. Now that we have these two statements, we want to control them because a student can either pass or the student can be failed, right? So that's why we need something here that will have the student marks for the exam. So let's say 45. And now how can we control these two statements that we have here? So based on the conditional constant statement, we can control them for sure. So let's see. First one, we are going to start with if, as we have seen already here. The one we will start with if. So let's start with that one, and let's see how if can help us to control that statement. So how can we use the if control statement? For that, what we need to do here, just try to understand the syntax here for the if. Here I'm going to write the syntax first, and then you'll see like the example. Of course, we're going to use it real life. So here we're going to put an expression, and based on the expression or condition, we are going to control the statement inside the if block. So this is something we call if block. Inside this if block, we can have multiple statements. At this moment, I just put like a text here just for you to understand it very easily. Now here we are going to put some condition. Again, without the curly braces is completely fine. So you can write something like this. Let me just put it like this. So you can have an if block like this without curly braces. And of course, the condition or expression needs to be inside the parentheses. So this is the format or the syntax of using if conditional control statement. But of course, it is very normal. We normally use the curly braces. And why is that? Because let's say if you have multiple statements, so you want to control multiple statements based on this if block. In this case, if you do not use curly brace, only the first one will work, but the second one does not depend on this if block anymore. So that's why it is always safer to use curly braces. So we are going to put curly braces like this here. Just after this one here, we can put a curly brace, and then end of this one, end of this statement. So now if the condition is true, then only then this if block will work and all the statement will be executed. But if the if condition is false here, if the expression return false, then it is not going to inside this if block and nothing will be executed. So again, how if block works: inside the if condition or expression, if it returns true, only then the execution will be happening inside the if body. So hopefully things are making sense. So let me just start again. So our condition here, if marks is greater than 40, let's say, then we can say somebody has passed. So here I'm going to cut this if printf block here, and I'm just going to put it here. Now how things are going to work here. So first of all, we have the marks here, just a predefined mark. We have defined it, let's say 45. If 45 is greater than 40, which is true, of course. So if it is true, then only then we are going inside, and then, whatever the statement you have, that one will be executed here. So hopefully things are making sense. Now we can also write one more if block here. Let me just copy and paste. If the marks is less than 40, then we can say the student has failed. So let me just cut this one and paste it here. That should be all for now. And one more thing, maybe greater than or equal 40. That's what I want to say here. So here, now if we run this program, things will be more easier for you to understand. But again, I want to explain you. So first of all, the marks is 45. If 45 is greater than 40 or equal, of course, this is true. In this case, we'll go inside the if block, which is this curly braces where we're starting, and it will execute everything that we have inside this if block. Then next if, it will also check, because every if block needs to be checked inside a C program. So if you have 100 if block, those 100 if block is going to be checked. This is like something mandatory. So even though this one has already worked, we'll come back again to this if block. We will check this 45 less than equal 40, which is not true, it's false. So in this case, it will not go inside this if block. That's all, and we are done. Maybe I can print here something just to show you how things are also working. Here, let's say end of program, end of checking, something like this. All right, then I'm going to put a new line here. So let's run this program and let's see what happens if I run this. And it's going to give us the observation. Just wait a bit here. So we can see passed for sure, because this one has executed. And after all the if block has executed, it's done. we are going to go through the rest of the stuff. So it's going to print this end of checking, and it's working perfectly. Now let's say if I give a value here, something called 30, how things are going to work here. So again, if block needs to be checked. So 30 greater than equal 40, is it true? No. So this one will not execute. It will go to the next one. Again, if block, it needs to be checked. So 30 less than equal 40, which is true. In this case, it will print failed. And when all the if block is done, it will just continue with the rest of the stuff. So here it will print end of checking. So we'll have failed and end of checking. Let me run it again and let's see what is the output we're going to get. We have, again, I need to compile and run it again, and there you go. We have failed end of checking. Hopefully things are making sense to you at this point. Now there are a lot of things we can do. Of course, surely we will do one by one. I'm just trying to explain you things like here quite easily. Now, as I said, you can run multiple statements inside the if block. What do I mean by that? Let me show you here. Let's say congratulations. This is something also I want to print here. Or there is one more statement saying congratulations. Okay, so let's do that. Congratulations. And here I'm going to put one more. Let's say, sorry, try next time. Sorry, try next time. Try next time harder. All right, that should be all for now. Let's see how things are going to work this time. So we have 30. Again, 30 greater than equal 40 is not true. So this one will not be work. But 30 less than equal 40, which is true. In this case, these two statements is going to work. So whatever we have inside the if block, it's going to work. So we'll have failed in one line, and the next line will have sorry, try next time harder. And then when all the if block is done, this is something outside the if block, so it will print end of checking as well. So let me run it again and let me show you how it's working. So here, sorry, you can see that fail first, and then sorry, try next time harder. And also we have the end of checking. So hopefully you got the concept of how we are controlling multiple statements inside the if block as well. In the next lesson, you will see how can we make this program more better using else statement here.